So what was discussed? We are discussing about the velocity triangle of the centrifugal pump. So centrifugal pump is the reverse of radial inward flow reaction turbine. In the radial inward flow reaction turbine, we derive the work done, runner power per second per unit rate, that is a runner power by water power. Runner per second, water of the runner per second per unit weight of the water, that we will discuss. It means we are discussing about the runner power by water power. Okay, that what you get, that is 1 by G VW1 U1 minus VW2 into U2. The runner, what is the runner power? Mass into VW1 U1 minus VW2 into, and weight of water, W is equal to rho GQ. Okay, so what is the mass? Mass is equal to rho Q. Rho Q into VW1 U1 minus VW2 U2 divided by rho Q and G. So rho Q and rho Q will be cancelled out. What is left? 1 by G VW1 U1 minus VW2 U2. So that is the runner per second per unit weight of water. So work done by the impeller on the water per second per unit of water striking per second, that is equal to minus of work done in case of turbine. Why minus? Because you are giving the work input to the, so work done on the system, that is a negative work. So minus of 1 by G VW1 U1 minus VW2 U2. So that is equal to 1 by G. So here in this case, what is your VW1? VW1 is equal to 0. Why? Because the water will be inleted radially. So alpha is equal to 0. So VW1 is your cos component velocity of the inlet velocity V1. So V1 is equal to 0. So what is left? 1 by. So minus of 1 by G VW1 U1 minus of VW2. So if you multiply minus, then minus of 1 by G VW1 U1 minus plus of VW2 U2. So I can write 1 by G VW2 U2 minus VW1 U1. So VW1 U1 is equal to 0. What is left? 1 by G VW2 into U2. That is the work done by the impeller on the water per second per unit of water. Okay. So what is the work done by the impeller per second? That is W by G into VW2 into, what is W? Rho GQH, weight of water rho GQ. So rho GQ into VW2 into divided by G. So W is your weight of water, rho GQ. Q is the volume of water or discharge, you can say. So area into velocity of flow will be give you discharge. So area is equal to area of the flow is pi d1 v1 into velocity of flow vf1, flow velocity. So here what is v1? v1 v2 is your width of the impeller. You can say that pi d1 or d2 b2 vf2. Okay. So v1 v2 is your width of the impeller at inlet and outlet vf1 vf2 at the velocity of the inlet and outlet flow velocity. 1 by G is the give the head imparted by the water by the impeller or energy given by the impeller to the water per unit weight of second. Okay. Then we will discuss is your head. What is head? The term head is used to measure the kinetic energy. Then we will discuss is your head and efficiency. Okay. So what is head? Head is term defined used to measure the kinetic energy created by the pump. So what are the different type of head? Total static head, total dynamic head, static suction head, static suction lift, static discharge head, dynamic suction head or lift, dynamic discharge head. What is total suction head? Head means that is your total head which measures the kinetic energy created by the pump. What is total static head? Total head when pump is not running. What is dynamic head? When pump is running. What is static head? Static suction head. Head on the suction side of the with pump off if the head is higher than the pump of the impeller. What is static suction head? Head on the suction side with pump off if the head is lower than the pump of the, if the head is higher than the pump of impeller, static suction head. It will be lower, that is static suction lift. Static discharge, head on the discharge side of the pump with the pump off. Lift, head on the suction side of the pump with the pump on. Dynamic discharge, head on discharge side of the pump with pump on. Okay. Then we will briefly discuss, about suction head. What is suction head? Suction head will be denoted as H will be, head will be denoted as H, suction means S. So that is HS. So it is the vertical height of the center line of the centrifugal pump. So see, vertical height of the center line of the centrifugal pump above the water surface in the tank or pump from which water is lifted. This height is also called suction lift, or it is denoted by HS. See, suction head, center line of the pump up to where the water is to be lifted. This head is known as your which head? Suction head. Delivery head, the vertical distance between the center line of the pump and the water surface at the tank in which the water is delivered. So from water will be lifted, that is your sum. From here to the center line, that is suction head. From center line up to the water, where to water is to be delivered, that is your which head? Delivery head. Then static head, it is HS, capital HS. The sum of suction and delivery head, that is known as your static head. So HS is equal to HG plus HS, delivery head. So see here, from the center line to this sum, that is your static suction. So here to center line to the delivery, that is static delivery. So the total is your total head, that is your static head, HS. You can see here, total head. Then we will discuss about manometric head. So it is defined as the head against which the centrifugal pump has to be worked. It is denoted by HM, manometric for M, H stands for head. The head imparted by the water, head imparted by the impeller to the water, and loss of head in the pump. So what is the loss of head in the impeller or casing? That is VW to U2 into G. Okay. So total head at the outlet of the pump minus total head at the inlet. What is the total head? Pressure head, kinetic and datum. Pressure head, kinetic head and datum head. So P is 0 by, that is your inlet, outlet, that minus inlet, total head outlet. So outlet pressure head, outlet kinetic head, outlet datum head minus inlet pressure head, inlet kinetic head and into datum head. So that is a pressure head at the outlet of the pump, that is SD, delivery. So your velocity of the head at the outlet of the pump, the velocity, that is Vd square by 2g, velocity of the delivery. Z0 is the height of the vertical height of the outlet of the pump from the datum line. Okay. So what is Pi? Accordingly, that is your HS, Vs square by 2, Pi by G, means where the suction will be there, suction head, that is HS, Vs square by 2 and Zs. That is according to the inlet condition. So what is manometric head? Suction head, delivery head, functional head loss due to suction pipe, functional head loss due to delivery pipe, plus velocity of water in the delivery. That will be give you what? Manometric head. Okay. Next we will discuss about efficiency. In case of centrifugal pump, the power is transmitted from the shaft of the electric motor to the shaft of the pump. That we will discuss here. From the shaft we are giving mechanical energy, and the mechanical energy is converted to electrical energy. So the power will be transmitted from the shaft of the electric motor to the shaft of the pump and then to the impeller. And from the impeller the power is given to the water. Okay. Thus power is decreasing from the shaft of the pump to the impeller, then the water. So gradually it will be decreasing because there will be some losses, some rotating part is there, that means some losses is there. So due to losses, the power given by the electric motor to the pump shaft will be more than that of the impeller, and from the impeller to water, that is more or less, okay, because there is some losses due to friction and the rotating component, that is vibration losses, friction losses will be there. Then manometric efficiency. What is manometric? We will first discuss will be manometric efficiency. What is manometric efficiency? It will be defined as the ratio of manometric head to the head imparted by the impeller of the water. What is the head imparted by the impeller to the water? That is VW to U2 divided by G, because VW1 is your 0. That much of head is imparted by the impeller to the water, or you can say work done. Then what is manometric head? HM. So you can write that G will be divided as GHM by VW2 into U2. What is your VW2? Wheel velocity at outlet. So what is the component? cos component velocity of the V2, absolute velocity at the outlet, and U2 that outlet blood velocity, that is pi d2 n by 60. What is HM? Manometric head, that is G. The power at the impeller of the pump is more than power given to the water at the outlet of the pump, because power is gradually decreases. The ratio of power given to the water at the outlet of the pump to the power available at the impeller is known as what? Manometric head. What is manometric head? The power output by input. Manometric efficiency. What is manometric? Output by input is your efficiency. So what is your output? The water get the power, that is output. So where the water get the power? Impeller. The power available at the impeller is your input, and output is your power given to the water at the outlet. Okay. So power given to the outlet of the pump WHM by 1000. The power at the impeller, that is work done by the impeller per second. So what is the work done? W by G into VW2 into U2 divided by 1000. That will be give you what? Manometric efficiency. The manometric efficiency is equal to how much? WHM by 1000 divided by W by G VW2 U2 by 1000. So what you get? WW, weight of the liquid will cancel out, that is G HM by VW2 into U2. Okay. So how you get? We are derive here. Power is, so this power is your which power? Power available at the water. Okay. And this is the power available at the impeller. Mechanical efficiency, power at the impeller to the power at the shaft. That is your mechanical efficiency, output by input. The power of the shaft of the centrifugal pump is more than the power available at the impeller. Oh, that is correct. That power will be from the electric motor to the impeller, the power will be decreases. The ratio of power available at the impeller to the power available at the shaft of the centrifugal is called mechanical efficiency. Because input is your power at the shaft, where you get the mechanical power you are getting. Okay. And power available at the impeller, that is your output. And for the manometric efficiency, power at the impeller is your input, and power imparted on the water is your output. That is your manometric, this one is your mechanical efficiency. So what is your mechanical efficiency? Work done by the impeller per second, that is the power at impeller, that is W by G into VW to U2 by 1000. What is your shaft power? That is SP. So that is your will be give you mechanical efficiency. Then we will go for overall efficiency. So what is overall efficiency? The water lift to water way. So get the power at the water divided by the shaft power. That will be give you what? Overall efficiency. The power outlet of the pump, that is your out, divided as a ratio of power output of the pump to the power input. Power input is your shaft power. The power outlet of the pump in kilowatt. Power available means that is your water. The power at the water, that is W into HM by 1000. And what is the power input to the shaft? That is your shaft power. So this water power by shaft power will be give you what? Overall efficiency. That manometric efficiency into mechanical efficiency will be give you that overall efficiency. Okay. So what was discussed? First we discuss about the efficiency, manometric efficiency. What is manometric efficiency? We know that the shaft first get the shaft first get the power, and from the shaft the power is imparted to the impeller, and from the impeller to the water. So what we are calculating? Manometric efficiency. So efficiency is always output by input. So what is your output? The power available at the water divided by the power available at the impeller. Okay. So what is the power available at the water? That is weight of water into manometric head divided by 1000. Okay. So what is the power available at the impeller? W by G into VW2 U2 by 1000. So what you get? G HM by VW2 into U2. Then what is our mechanical efficiency? Output by input. So what is your output? Power available at the impeller is your output. Input is your shaft power. So power available at the impeller is your which power? That is W by G into VW2 U2 by 1000 divided by shaft power. Then we got the overall efficiency. That means total input and output. What is the input? Shaft power. What is the output? The power available at the water. So power available at the water to the power available at the input shaft or shaft power. That will be give you the overall efficiency. So what is that? The relation is manometric efficiency into mechanical efficiency, that will be give you overall. But in case of turbine, hydraulic efficiency